You know, we cannot deny the impact of colonialism. We cannot deny the impact of this monarchy in terms of we have a history in this country of doing really terrible things to other places, and to deny that reality, to deny the impact.
I want us to watch this video together by Piers Morgan, and while watching, I am going to share my thoughts and opinions with you. So you guys can do the same by leaving them in the comment section below. So let's watch.
I'm aware there are people out there that completely disagree and think that they are true freedom fighters who were oppressed by the royal family and have taken their oppression now to this vast mansion in Montecito in Santa Barbara. It's a beautiful place. I've been down to that area. Lovely. Rolling ocean waves, beautiful lifestyle. Not my idea of what oppression looks like, but there we are. Each to their own. But let's get to this idea of an apology, that you can basically call a family a bunch of callous racists who refused to let you get help for suicidal thoughts that you said you had, that made racist comments, apparently, that were so demeaning you had to allude to them on an Oprah Winfrey interview. You now call them a bunch of lying bullies, including the new king. Why would you expect anybody to sit down with you and apologise after you've done all the public trashing?
So before we continue, I just want to say something that this Meghan Markle and Harry story has been ongoing for many years now. And I would think that it was to be expected that once Meghan was married to Harry, issues like this would come up. And I would like to believe that Meghan, being as smart as she is, should have known that getting married to someone like Prince Harry will bring along a lot of issues. So all the hate speech that she's getting, all the racism that she's getting, and unfair treatment that she's made known about is to be expected. And I would believe that someone like her should understand that when you are in a public space or when you are that popular, people must always come after you. But let's continue.
I think in the context of a column that was written today by Jeremy Clarkson, which described Meghan Markle as worse than Rose West and calling on people to have her stripped naked and throw excrement on her in the street, I think it's really important that we put the context of what Meghan and Harry are talking about in the context of the wider hatred, which, to be fair, you were a real pioneer in that hatred of Meghan Markle years ago, years before.
I don't hate Meghan
Jeremy
Markle.
Clarkson wrote
I don't know. Hang on.
I think it's...
Hang on.
Well, I mean, you have made a career out of
You said I hate Meghan
her.
Markle. Let me be clear. I've never said I hate Meghan Markle. I don't hate Meghan Markle. I hate what she's done to the royal family and to the monarchy and to the reputation of Britain. Only tonight, the New York Times has carried a major op-ed piece absolutely trashing this country as a racist country with a racist institution at the head of it, a callous institution that should be dismantled. So, yeah, I see real damage in what Meghan Markle and Harry have both done now to the reputation of this country and to our monarchy. So, yeah, but I don't hate them individually.
Well, it's difficult to say you don't hate someone, but you hate what he or she has done. Let me ask this, okay? And please, you guys should educate me like I am a kid. How do you come up hating somebody? What makes anybody hate anyone? Is it their behavior? Is it their personality? Is it their character? What really makes someone likable or unlikable? Because if Piers is here saying that he doesn't hate Meghan Markle or Prince Harry, but he hates what they have done and what they keep on doing to the royal family, I don't think those two things can be separated, because people resent each other or people come to dislike each other after seeing that what the other person is doing, they do not like it. and that is why they end up hating the person. And they end up liking the person when they realize that what the person is doing is what they like, or the personality of that person is exactly what they are looking for in a human being. So they end up liking that person. So it's kind of hard for someone to say, no, I don't hate them. I don't just like what they are doing. It's kind of hard to really separate those two, because really what makes you like or hate somebody is what they are doing or what they are made of. So that's what I just think. But I stand corrected. If any of you guys have a more better explanation to share with me, I will be very grateful, because like I have said before, I hope you guys can educate me if I am wrong about this. But this is what I just believe, that it is due to people's behavior, actions, and personality that makes them likable or unlikable. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Let's continue.
Well, I think in the same way that you're saying you don't personally hate them, but you are opposed to what they stand for and what they're saying and how they've behaved, I think that's entirely the same argument that Meghan and Harry are making in their documentary and in the work that they've done, is saying that actually the way that they've been harmed by this institution, by this system, which, you know, we cannot deny the impact of colonialism, we cannot deny the impact of this monarchy in terms of we have a history in this country of doing really terrible things for the place. And to deny that reality, to deny the impact of, and the reality, this monarchy, how is it that in this day and age we have a group of people who are born into wealth and privilege just because of being born into it? It is absolutely
They're
madness
also responsible for developing the Commonwealth.
That is the norm.
They're also responsible for developing the Commonwealth, which has been one of the great success stories in the world. And of course,
it's not really Commonwealth, though, is it? The people who've got that wealth are mainly in the royal family, have a lot.
There's one thing I've realized about the Westerners, aka Britain, is that when it comes to them taking responsibility for their actions, they will be like, that was a century ago. That was so old school. You guys should have to move on. We've passed that already. Nobody should be talking about that. And slavery is not a big deal because we've moved past that. Colonization is not a big deal. Please, you guys should just move ahead from it. They always say that because they do not want to take responsibility for what they've done. None of them, I mean the institution, not the people, like the monarchy, they've never come openly to say, we are sorry for what we did. They've never done that. All the atrocities they did in Kenya, they've never apologized for that. Not just Kenya, there are many other African countries that are still in pain as a result of British colonial rule in the countries. But to them, it didn't happen. So I am so happy when I see a white person pointing out these same facts that we have been saying for years, and no one is willing to listen. The British royal family keep on denying the fact that these things actually happen, and they have affected the lives of Africans. Even the diamond came from South Africa and from India. They were looted from these countries and they have never been returned. And that's not just all. There are many priceless art and precious materials that were taken away from Africa. They've not yet been returned. So if you hear people telling you, let's just forget about it and let's move on from it. No, we cannot, because it happens and people have to acknowledge it. Let me ask this question. what did Africa benefited from the Commonwealth? What did they really benefited from the Commonwealth? Because as far as I'm concerned, as an African and someone who is from a Commonwealth nation, I haven't seen anything we have benefited so far from the so-called Commonwealth. I do believe the Commonwealth was just a way for the colonizers to keep an eye on their colonies. It was just a way for the British royal family to keep all their colonies under control. And you know that the queen or the king is the head of the Commonwealth. It's like permanent. He's like a permanent head of the Commonwealth. How is that even possible? And there are many African countries that are members of this Commonwealth of Nations. What have they benefited? What did the Commonwealth offer to them? Was it development? No. Was it good living standard? No, because the people are still suffering. Was it democracy? Don't even get me started with that, because African democracy is like the worst. Like, the leaders do not even know what is called democracy. So they didn't achieve that one. Was it rule of law? No. Was it human right and freedom? No way. In Africa, if you talk the way you want to talk, you will be thrown into a dungeon and you will spend years in there. You will never get out. So that wasn't it. So was it prosperity? You know, there are many countries in the world with dictators, but the people are prosperous. The people are happy. Most Middle Eastern countries or Arab countries are like that. They have dictators, but they are very prosperous. Was that the case in Africa? No, it wasn't, and it isn't. So the main question still comes again. What did Africa benefited from the Commonwealth? Let me know in the comment section, because like always, I love hearing what you have to say. So thank you very much for watching this video. And like always, see you in the next one.